I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is February 28th, Friday, 2025. Hope you had a good week, good day. As we mentioned yesterday, I'm trying to tell y'all, I mentioned this yesterday. So if you say, why don't you trade this live? I don't need to. I'm telling you the day before. Take a look. Yesterday I said that we would possibly have the low of the week somewhere around here. And then the whole point wasn't going to be the low of the week exactly. But then we're going to retrace back up to close to 20%. Now, this is just a retail fib. So this is a 23 level. So I'm not looking at it as a 23 level. The 20 is underneath it. But the point is that between 20 and 40% of the high of the week to now whatever the low of the week is. And I'm telling you, we're coming right back to this area. Okay, which you also have the gaps here, and we missed these gaps. Beautiful, called it perfectly, and loving it. And beautiful day, and now they're pushing up like some jerks at the end of the day to do it. But if you take a look here, beautifulness, greatness, one of my best trades. I mean, just as far as like what the understanding and precision is, you can see here 830. We make this imbalance. Looks like it's going to be bullish. And then they come down first. And then you can see that this bearish imbalance here, we want to see it hold as support. Sure enough, they broke lower, and then boom, that was telling you that we were going to do the raid first down, because it could have just popped up. But by the time 930 is over here, that story of us pushing up is not happening here. So you see the little 3 drives, fake ones, even a tight one, and then they just squeezing out for the sell. No problem. Got to miss that too. 930 opens up, immediately starts raiding. You're already sitting inside that inversion from there, reclaim back as resistance, right? And there's a little imbalance right here too with this down candle, you see. So the bodies are sitting here, boom, sits down, comes down all the way, and we get our drives down. Look at the little candles, 1, 2, 3. Look at the wicks. So like even when the first one came down, I tried to take it. Then this thing popped down, tried to take it, took a loss, popped down. As soon as it was popping down in that wick, I'm taking it. So, and at the time I was like, well, maybe you should just wait for the gaps. But for me, I felt this was overkill. It's not even necessary, because their goal is to come back up here, right? So beautiful oversold. Look at the divergence right there too. You can see a little high low right there. See that? Higher low right there, lower low. Beautiful. X marks the spot. Just take it on confidence. This confidence shoots the hell up. Now, the price comes up. Your entry possibilities are where I'm at. 50% of this candle. If it's going to hold, it's just going to blow through or not even come back to it, which it blew through. The next level of entry, I'm giving you game right here. Watch this. This level here, once it breaks that low candle, that's also an entry, because you could put a buy stop, doing that. Because look at this, you'll get this. I knew that we dropped hard and we were going to come pump hard. So we get that imbalance, we pop all the way up. So for me, my goal, my minimum target before I even get into this is I'm very, very clear on what I'm doing and what I'm explaining to you. You see this right here? I'm not just coming up for that 20%. See the fib over here? I'm not coming just for the 20%, which I am. But over here, we also have the gap that's in the background, right? But we also have that imbalance right there. You see that? I got it double circled. I'm showing you literally very, 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 very intentionally from holding it from down here. Like, this is very specific. Okay. And I even trail it just to prove it that I'm going to get out right here. You see that? So, but what's the point? You're wiping out these late low sellers to break the low of that. Obviously, what we're talking about, the month, the lows right there, the big green. Right, and from the other low above that, if you're watching the videos, you know what I'm talking about. Beautiful to see the little liquidity right there. They're trying to ram that and then tap this like as an imbalance. So I'm being very specific with that, and as you can see, that the lighter green is dragged out, and I'm also ramming that too. I'm at the 20% in this whole area too. I'm being very specific here with this range from here to here of the swing high to this swing low, right? Because here it was a wick, right, on the 15-minute chart. So I'm just going to do it this way because this was the move down. Beautiful to 1 and 1 and 1.5 right here. You see that being very specific there. And then this last down candle here, I have just a candle. You can see 3.5 to 4 is right there. So I'm holding. So okay, now as we're gonna ride up, I'll explain this. We push up, we retrace back. I'm not worried about it coming back. I am at the same time, but at the speaking, we just rated and it's a big wick. Now coming back into the wick, yes, that made sense. That's what this is. Pushing back down. Now that's you're getting into the wick of here. So, or maybe that was here. Whatever the case is, it's retracing back to wipe out buyers who are momentum at this point. So if you got in, great. You got balls and you can see it, great. If not, then you can see the line of defense, the 3 levels, 1, 2, 3. So when the push body comes up, when the price comes up, I'm sorry, hits back that 50% of the opening range gap. You can see that they fall down into. We want to see this level hold as support at the end of all this price action, but obviously it's going to be outside the lines, and they're not going to do it right away. So then they use the second level here, which is obviously the first imbalance of the session. And you can see that that's going to hold as more support. As you can see, we come down and the bodies are sitting in here. But look, it comes down and it wicks. So the extreme level would be here. The extreme level of reaching back down into a discount price is right there. But you see it pops right back up. We come up, we get back to the important level of the whole day, which is the opening day gap. Look at they're fucking skyrocketing right now, these bitches. I fucking knew it, dude. Oh, but I stayed away. I got everything I needed. So we retrace back and we wick in, we come back up, and then we retrace back in. Now the bodies you think is going to hold right there. It does, but it stops, comes down again. But now it sits in this second last floor that you want to see price in for a good trade. If it's coming any lower than this, then it's not favorable, obviously. But take a look. It all captures itself inside that. Then it pushes up, retraces back down. Now this is the last floor you're going to use as well, because we're trying to come up. These are also higher lows right there. See that? See the logic here? But this is a real detailed explanation. We come in. So again, we're in that bearish imbalance at the last foot as an inversion. And then we're also using this bullish imbalance right here, including the little gap. And you can see that we're, yes, outside the lines, but take a look. The majority of the price action sitting right in there. It's fucking gorgeous. I can't make this up, brother. Look at this. Comes right to that low of that month that I talked about right there. That's okay. I'm not worried about it. I know we're coming up higher. So, but at this point, we do sweep all this. But I understand that if we're coming up higher to now actually break structure for the first time, it's not really a displacement, but it possibly could be. And I think it is, because now it's still flying while I'm talking on the fucking video. Oh my God, I knew it. I'll show you in a second. But but when you're this high and you're a bull can, you're strong. This was a speaker. Right, so this is also understanding that when the price was here, I understood that this was a speaker. You can see the lows here, and then you can see the highs right there, and then you expect to see one here, right, if we're ended up bullish. But what's the logic here? So we completed that speaker up here. We got up here. Now when we got up here and we're in the beginning session and we're finished with that, we're going to look for a move down for number 2. So move down is 1, which is the fake move. So then this is a buy, sell, buy. That's the basic logic and flow you're looking at. So if I already got, that's move 1. Didn't catch that, missed that, don't need to catch that, no big deal. The point is now move 2 happens, right? So move 2 happens, we come up and we complete the speaker. We're in this area that we just talked about. And you can see that I also projected this candle right there. You can see that the 1 and 1 and 1.5 is here. And there's some up here I'm not even going to talk about it, but that wasn't important. Getting to here was what's important. So when they hit this high and then they can retrace back, basically trying to wipe out breakout traders here that just figured it out, right? So that's beautiful. Then guess what, buddy? So when we're up here, I understand that move 2 can happen. Now again, I'm not trying to catch all of these moves here, but look, this is the logic of what I'm doing. When I see this break this candle, this down candle, and then it breaks and then it pops back up, I look at that as a break and a swing. So and I'm on an oversold here. So remember, we have lower low here. We have oversold here. I'm sorry. Then we pushed up. We finally reached the overbought. Look at that. Oh, we happened to be right there. So I held it from there to there. So what's the logical trade if I was to have try to catch this sell? Well, obviously right there. The breakout level. First of all, that monthly low. We came above it, very energetic, and obviously retracing back into here is a minimum idea. This is a model all in itself. I don't care if it goes bullish or bearish from here. The point is that now I understand that this is a very high likely chance for them to do that in London or London close, right? London close is what I'm talking about, or close to lunch. But this is a idea all by itself. Forget everything else. But I do understand that now we created the speaker. Right, you see the speaker there? So where's 50% of the range? So this was the low and that was the high of the speaker. If 50% of this would be over here in the middle, which is obviously this action here. Duh, right? So, but how can you catch it? Sometimes it's not easy. Taking this out is good. So guess what happens? Then the price comes down here, right? So now what I'm trying to do, I took the profit as a guaranteed situation. Then what I want to do is I want it to swing back up. And I want to sell it again because I'm trying to get into here. You can see I'm highlighting it here. Why I bended eventually from this sell that I'm talking about. But when the price came down, it was at a 1 and 1.5. So I didn't do the projection. I should have, but I was too busy grinding. So anyways, this projected came to a 1 and 1.5 with that level right there. I'm okay with it. Now it could either bounce all the way up, or it can fail and come and go down. So what I tried to do is sell it here. It pushed up here, tried to sell this, and it failed. See these 3 candles? It looked like it was going to be a really good a controller price or up candle. So I was like, okay, let it come through. I really want to get into here. Why? Because this is a breakout level. Take a look. You had the highs here. We came above it. We came back down. It's kind of like now your little support resistance. Retail traders look at that, and then they break through from that. So I want to attack that. I'm not looking for anything extra after this, okay? I'm looking for these good moves right here real quick, and I want to be fucking done because it's Friday especially, and I want to go smoke. So guess what? It fails. It starts popping up. Now it's popping up. I'm really confident that, especially because the time of the day, now you have London close and about to be lunch, which is 11:30 to 1:30. Once you start getting into that area, now they want to come for all the lows that they created, or the higher lows that they created after 10 o'clock, which would be obviously this here, this here, this here, and this here, because this is created after 10 o'clock too. But the goal is to come back to 50% of the range. Look at the 15-minute over here. So that's the logic coming back in, and I'm trying to catch it. So while it's coming up, I took some losses trying to catch this. This was me just being eager. But then when we came right up to here, just like yesterday, I think it was yesterday, sniped this, and sure enough, this bitch held. And I'm looking for what? Down back at the RSI. I'm looking for this high. I'm looking on the RSI. I'm looking for the overbought to then reach an oversold. Here it could have kept going, but I'm banking on it coming into here, plus the big projection of this is in control. If this high doesn't take out that high, then it's failed high. And this projection is still working. See how when we first came down and I sold it in, it was at a 1 on 1.5. Then it rose up, okay? And I could have bought that too. It would have made sense to push up, but I looked at this as kind of like a ceiling, and they want to upset the buyers here. So that's exactly what they did. They didn't want to make it easy for everybody, so that was more logical, because we also are bearish in this case, especially breaking structure. So that being said, you see the 1 on 1.5 here, and then the 2 to 2.5 right there. And that's why I'm being very fucking specific, screenshotting it. Also, when it was shooting down, stretching right to that daily opening gap today. So the 2 to 2.5, I can't be more clear, baby. And then I'm rushing it down. Fucking gorgeous. So guess what? Now the price comes here. We're sitting here where I know that this could also buy. Remember, this is equal highs. We can come up. We want to technically come up here to balance some of this empty price, obviously. right? As we've been talking about, because it is such a stretch down. So that's obvious. So the buy can still happen. So guess what? We get that oversold here. We're here. So I decide to take it because I'm impatient, but I'm all good. I'm so in tune that I know this shit can happen. Sure enough, it starts buying, and I'm like, perfect. And sure enough, it looks like these candles. 1, 2, 3, 4. See these 1, 2, 3. This is what I was looking for. Um, to work as a sell, and it failed. But now, guess what? Look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it actually sold, right? And it broke this low. So okay, that failed. I understand they're trying to trick you. They're trying to trick me, but I know what they're fucking doing, and they know what I'm doing. But it's okay because they're like, if you're good, dude, you're good. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. They're trying to shake us off, shake us off the back of their. This is like a vacuum cleaner. It's coming down, then it's coming back up, then it's coming back down, then it's coming back up. It's just basically eating like a lawnmower, up and down, right? So anyways, I see this and I understand where we are. Now we got deeper into that breakout area, and they just this little bit that they moved back down just to get more of this guy right here. That was all they cared about. And guess what? When you're here, what is the two options? It's either going to sell from here or it's going to buy. Why do I say that? Because look at right here. People were just selling from here. I fucking just sold from here. Okay, but if you weren't a sharpshooter and you waited for this, see how it breaks that low here and then retraces it a little bit, then breaks back down like that. So this is really the entry you should be taking, to be honest with you. This is me just a tiny bit gambling, but I'm not really gambling, just talking. But if I wanted to be more process oriented. Anyways, so when this buy here, look at all these people who just sold. So they're wiping up quick to get them, and then you have that breakout level. So when it broke and it shot through, and those lows right there, and it just shot through. Now they got to come up and wipe this out. Now at this time of the day, I'm done. I'm really fucking done because it's 11:41. Right now we are in the London. We are in the London close and lunch, and guess what? I don't give a shit what this thing does. This thing can drop to hell or go skyrocket. Because right now it looks like it's going to skyrocket. But guess what? This is a minimum trade. I am content with the actual points that I caught. And the objective of if when this buys, it's either going to do two things when it gets fucking here. It's either going to keep going or it's going to stop and sell. Why? Because it just accomplished wiping these people out. See that? So right here, I don't give a shit what this thing does. And then it ended up selling. Took some time, bounced around, and then sold. But guess what? That's a logical understanding. Now, let's go to the chart and see what did it do after that. Bingo. Got out right here. When this bullish candle pushed up, I was still trying to stretch it up, but then I put my stop loss right there. And then as soon as it broke that candle, I'm out. Right? And I'm not going to sell or buy. I'm fucking done. But I did see this as a possible sell. That's why I got out when I bought it. So guess what happens? Comes up, shakes back down to wipe out these buyers here, shakes back up to wipe out those sellers right there. Now you're like, what the fuck is going on? Then it shakes back down to wipe them out. Okay, then guess what here? Can it go up from here? It's probably not with this big ass candle right here like that. And then what do? They dip in, they try to stretch looking like it's going to buy. Then it's a big wick. This is a very big indication that it's going to sell. Then we get this little flag right here. Look at the miniature candles. They're starting to wither. They're starting to get tiny. And then boom, big candle. Look at that. That's a language I'm showing you. That candle, then it's momentum. You could put a buy stop there for any moment like this if you understand that you might be coming down to wipe out what? The fucking buyers, dude. And sure enough, that's what it does. And it does its drives down. And now it switched and it just came down here. That's all it was doing. So you could have caught some of this. You could have even understood that you were really gung-ho on coming down. And why is that? Because that's move 1, move 2, or forget the first move. So move 1, move 2, and then move 3. See? Now, squeezing people out. Very fucking dirty. Look how dirty this is, bro. Uh, and when the price came down here, and I'm chilling, I'm smoking, I'm chilling, but I like to also observe as well. Sure enough, the price comes down, and I was like, this thing's gonna buy right here, and they're gonna fucking not sell it because everyone thinks it's gonna fall through just like it's been falling every day through. And I was like, yeah, watch them buy it. But I was like, I don't give a fuck. Sure enough, they did it. And this price action doesn't even show you that it's possibly going to be flipping around. It's so ugly and dirty. That's why they do it with the three candles. Right? See that? The momentum, boom, it's done. You're not even getting back in unless you did this. Now, here's the thing. Now, at this moment, you don't really know what's going to buy. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, you don't say. So, to that next imbalance here. Sealed that one into that one. Fucking knew it, dude. Ha! Love this shit. But here's the thing. So when it came down, that's your move down. And then if it's it's gonna do two things from here. It's either going to sell from here or it's going to buy. And it bought. So it buys up. Okay, that's another move. Now it came right back to the daily. That's why I got this highlighted here. That's not for a reason. This is gonna be visited. We come right back. We squeeze right there. Boom, right to that breakout trader. If that guy had a sell stop right here and it just rolled right through, and you're smart and slick, see, I can see this shit, and it's all logical, and it's all wiping people out. It's all it's fucking doing. But then they do this funky shit, right? And then we have the first imbalance on the lunch. I'm sorry, the PM session. And then we pushed back down to wipe out those buyers. What's it going to do from here? It's either going to sell or going to buy. You're like, oh, maybe it's going to actually, and it might have, but guess what? They didn't. They did it real dirty. They came back. They tested that imbalance. Then they came up. Then they came back above it. Then it looked like it could have sold from here. Then it started doing this little pattern of like a diamond. So then it reached back down deep. Didn't take them out. Wicked, and it held. This was very suspect, looking like it was going to blow through. Sure enough, they didn't, and they popped up again. And once they popped up again, it's like here, oh, well, might sell from here. It could have, but guess what? Boom, it starts popping up, slowly candles. Then they use this low as a support. Could have sold from here. So what they do? They came to squeeze everyone out, jagged up and down, and then held. You can see it, right? This is specific levels here. Then shot off. Look at that, bro. Oh my God, it's so awesome. And then with here, you can see that the higher low here, we first had with Dow, and then we had lower lows here with S&P and NAS, and then that was triggering me for the buy. So that's why I also bought it right there. See that? When we had a divergence. So we pushed up. Once we pushed up, oh, by the way, at 8:30, we had a divergence right there. We had a higher high with NAS, and then that pushed us down. Right here, we had lower lows here, which was beautiful as well. That's an extra side note for you. Yeah, I remember that. Trust me. And then we, when we pushed up here, we had lower highs here with Dow. Not with NAS, that failed. Higher highs here, higher highs there. Then we started pushing down. We pushed down here, and then we had this moment where we had lower lows here with. Did I do this right? Or was that just an idea when I was doing it? Yeah. So we had lower lows here, and then we had lower. Yeah, this was a lower high. I didn't take it out, right? Yeah, from what I remember, and we had lower lows here. I'm sorry, here, fucking right here, not right there, dude. So then it started pushing us back up. So we were still not really sure, and you still weren't sure. But then here you had the whatever conviction you have, and you stuck to it. That's also your choice too. But you had a higher high here, and you had lower highs here. Then it sank it down. Once it came all the way back to squeeze these people, guess what? And that's why I said it was dirty. The higher low with NAS, lower fucking low with S&P and Dow, and this bitch just shot off. So this is the reason why this was a very, very possible buy. And look at the leg, dude. Fucking gorgeous. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 5 is about to come into play soon, right? Where they're going to retrace back. Well, they might slowly pop up, then come back. But anyways, look at that, man. It's fucking sick. And then dollar, yes, dollar. Well, yesterday it pushed up, so that was a nice push down. But then now they started popping back up. So it's a little bit mixed market right now. So I'm going to kiss my ass. Look at this. Oh my God. Why would anyone want to trade Dow? So speaker there, came down lower. Waha, we finally got into this place. I've been talking about this for a while now, and we did get into that area where it's a breakout level. Beautiful. And the market does look like it woke up a little bit. So things could also possibly be good to be pushing up from here. Now again, I don't know because it's kind of like dead center again. So, but you needed some type of response. I was mentioning you needed something strong, and they did that shit today a little bit. So hey, Friday to come back and wipe out all the sellers' profits made perfect sense, and that's why I made it on the video. I was saying to you that we come down and then we come up to wipe out some of the percentage of that weekly candle, because everybody now got their heart on to sell it. So of course it makes sense to turn it back around. Man, let me tell you, he's sick with it, bro. And then here with S&P, again, still looks on the heavier side. Yes, this was a great response, sealing that, but this is kind of like a resistance. So it still has a lot of room in the range. But if it's bearish, I'm assuming that it'll pop up like this, and then we'll roll over again. If we don't do that, then I can suggest that we can come back into the up in the range. I don't know how high, right? And then kind of do like a double top here, and then next week we come back down to either take these guys out or to then buy back from there back up. I made the video yesterday and explained it well, so it's the same drawing, and I'm going to show you maybe one more time here. So so you call that a displacement? This retrace back is deep, but that could happen. But right now this is still bearish order flow though, just so you know. Like, we're not out of the clear. We would need way more structure and information to be pushing back up. But so let me draw it now. Let me just draw it now. Did I make a long video? Please no. All right, so this is what I'm thinking here. Where are you? All right, so again, with a grain of salt, right? But what's it called? So you kind of get some type of thing like this, and then we maybe come back down here. Okay. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to fix that. So either we come back down there or we come back up here. And all right, so either we're gonna kind of do this, then come back down, then pop up for March to be starting to move bullish, or this doesn't make it this low, right? Or or some shit, or doesn't even come this low either at all. It might, but just talking, very possible. And if we're in a 5-year historical data, then this is more likely to happen, and we'll probably just start. We might not even make it this high. We'll just kind of fan out, kind of like how we've been doing. And I hope that makes all sense for you. And let's see what else here. It's just too early to project out, I guess. But it's kind of tough price action. You could even do maybe a retracement here, and then we come up to here to 2 to 2.5. If that's not the measurement, maybe we could do something like this as well. But so okay, that's a little overkill, but just beautiful, man. Just fucking beautiful. Am I missing something? Oh, and then so with Nvidia also coming down, they came deeper here to squeeze out here, and look at that low. See this low right here? Damn near same low as this. See that? So that could be a signature of us pushing back up, but this is still bearish order flow. So It's kind of like hanging on to the last thread. But that imbalance, if whatever we do we pop up above it, use it as support, or is this just sealing the sellers here, and then we're going to come for another leg down? Um, to be honest with you, with these lower highs like this, and then it keep coming down, for me, it just still feels suspect and bearish, and that's why I'm driving slow. I'm not worried about what they actually end up doing here because we've capitalized in the day. The amount of points I got in this move here was literally enough for, well, you saw all this. I took that sell and then I took that sell here. So the points would be down to here, right? If I took it from here to here. And then I had this buy here, stopped, right? And if you add those points here, and if you drag it down, it'd probably be down here. So I literally caught the whole, all this and all this. Bro, that's phenomenal, right? And just imagine when it's selling here and you actually just, you're so focused that you know it's probably going to sell here. Boom, you catch that. Look at the buy here. If you knew it wasn't possibly going to sell from down here and it beats that support that I've been talking about right now this whole video, then look at this. I mean, it's just amazing, bro. So just don't get worried. Just look at the flow this way. I hope this helps. And man, from here, they needed that. So made perfect fucking sense. They needed that, but still looks a little heavy to me, buddy. So roll over, come up, roll over. So we'll see, or higher, high, higher, low, and then pop up. So I don't need to be. I'm not swinging it, so it doesn't matter. It's plenty in the day, so who cares? You really don't need more than that. We really don't need more than that, dude. It's like the amount of points I got here. I already caught all the way up here. If you add these two and this, right? Fucking way higher than that. So, that's how you maneuver. I hope this makes sense. And I don't think I missed anything else, right? You guys take care. God bless. Have a good weekend.